Hello and welcome to another update video on Bonk. Well, I think in this video we're going to take a little bit more time. I think Bonk deserves a little bit more of an extended update. Yeah, we want to zoom out a little bit because this chart is just moving aggressively. Yeah, I want to start here on the larger time frame to share with you what my overall assumption is for this chart and has been for quite a long time. So we haven't really changed this in quite a long time. For Bonk, always bear in mind this is a meme coin, yeah, but a lot of the meme coins, specifically in this cycle, have done quite well, as you probably know. Yeah, so they have done quite well, and there is currently no sign that anything is breaking down here or that we should start to get bearish or so. So for now, the focus remains here short term, especially on higher prices for Bonk. Yeah, but bigger picture, if we zoom out here a little bit, you can see that the move to the upside is considered a 5-wave move up, a larger degree impulse from the October 2023 low. So we do have a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this could be a 4, but a massive 4. But it's not deep enough to be a B wave. It could be a B wave, but that would open up the space for some crazy price increases. But in the end, it doesn't make a difference if I label this a wave 4 or a B wave, because the focus is on higher prices anyway. Okay, so what I find is helpful is just to keep it somehow realistic. And my target area for quite some time here on the larger time frame has been in kind of this range here. Yeah. So 140,446 to 262,195. And obviously this was a really, really good reward to risk ratio from the previous swing lows in April and in June. Just an example from the June low, not in terms of reward to risk ratio, but we talk about a 1,000% increase, 1,000 to 2,000. From where we are now, this is still a projected increase of round about 300% to 600%. But yeah, it's not the same anymore, right? So are there guaranteed pullbacks along the way? Of course not. But I assume the price could grind higher like this in 5 waves. So we have a wave 1 done. Yeah. We have a wave 2 done. We have a wave 3, which is close to first ideal targets. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. First ideal target, by the way, okay, still a bit away. It's like 49575. 138% extension. Always the first ideal target for a third wave, but ideally you would stretch a little higher. Then we can get a 4th wave and a 5th wave. These are at least, this is the roadmap to follow. This is not a glass or a crystal ball prediction. You know, this is more about understanding where could the journey take us to as long as certain conditions are fulfilled. So there are always certain conditions that have to be fulfilled, certain conditions we are tracking. And for now, they are fulfilled, and the price is currently following the short-term bullish projections here, yeah? But I will tell you in a minute what those support levels are, those levels, those conditions, and against which support levels we can still focus on higher prices. So now that you know that the idea is that this move to the upside should take us higher, before we zoom into the detailed count, I'm going to remove some of the microstructures that we don't really need anymore. I always try to keep it clean here. The move to the upside should be a 5-wave move, as I said, already shared with you in the last few days. We can track here an upside impulse, and I have to basically every hour at the moment just adjust micro support here on the chart. And this is something very, very common. Whenever we're dealing with an impulse, especially in a third wave, it's best not to guess where the price will top. Yeah, we've given up on that many, many years ago. It's just, you know, I'm looking at hundreds of charts every week, and I speak to a lot of traders. I speak to a lot of investors, and honestly, over the years, it has become clearer and clearer that it's best not to try to micro count these movements to the upside, especially not in crypto. And in a third wave, just to adjust support like a trailing stop. Yeah, like a trailing stop. Because if we don't do that, people think, oh, I'm going to sell at the top of the projected third wave, and then I'm going to buy back the wave 4. That's not how it works. So it's best to try to stay in the trend as long as reasonable is reasonable. But of course, at some point, it can make sense to take some profits when the risk gets too high. But this is still going. Bonk is still grinding higher. And all we need to do is adjust support. Now, currently, the support area it's always measured against the length of a third wave, the currently still unfolding third wave. And the support area that we're tracking there at the moment is between 22142 and 29414. So as long as we're holding above that 50% retracement level, the focus can still be on higher prices. Doesn't mean we have to go to that level, right? It doesn't mean we have to test this area right now. It just means that the trend is up against that level. So that means, or against that area, especially as long as we're holding above the 50% FIB level. Only a break below it would shift the focus to lower prices. Bonk has done amazing. It's broken now above the May high, and we're approaching these next resistances. So you have support there, which will have to be adjusted as the price grinds higher. And then we have resistance, the next one at 42617 and then 49672. So we've even broken out of the price channel. In the updates over the last few days, I said, look, as long as we're holding above the lower boundary line, the trend is up. We've now even broken above the upper boundary line. There's no point to have this price channel anymore. It was respected for a few days, but now it's not. It's just going vertical now, which is very much an indicator that this wave count is correct, because we're looking for a third wave up, right? And especially a third of a third wave. This is the main element of the trend. You don't want to fight that trend. When it's getting choppy is here now. Not yet, but obviously as we then go higher, there will be more wave fours, like sideways consolidations. And the closer we get to the fifth wave top, the more messy it typically gets, yeah. So for now, this is the focus on higher prices. Support should be very, very clear. Don't necessarily guess where this top will be. But I can tell you there's likely going to be some resistance here in this area around 39600. This previous swing high from January, not so meaningful, but this is going to be a meaningful one. Probably around 60695, the swing high there from November, yeah. So what is actually the target then? The third wave here, first ideal target, 138% extension. The nano structure is a bit unclear. There is not really much structure there to work with. But we seem to be in the third of a third wave. Now, whether this is already this third wave or already this, that's a bit unclear. In all cases, though, this support area should be a good signal. Breaking it should be a signal the top is in. But for now, we are still focusing on higher prices. So that should give you all the levels, upside levels, as well as key support. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to check out our X channel. I'll put the link in the video description and in the comments section. I posted an update about Bonk here earlier today. Check it out. Join the conversation here on X if you're interested. See you over there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area.